Good morning. It's a genuine pleasure to have been asked to speak to you this morning. It's the third time I've tried, and in the previous 2 years I was away for UNICEF, and now at last we've made it. As you've heard, I'm now well and truly retired from the movie industry. The vast majority of my work during these past dozen years has been in education and public policy, and in particular in developing policy around how we meet and defeat possibly the greatest challenge the human race has ever faced, that's to say the challenge of what we've rather limply come to call climate change. At the same time, I've continued to spend an enormous amount of time working on education and training policy. And that's because, as I hope will become clear, I see these two strands as inextricably linked. My work in education and training has offered the opportunity to engage with people who every single day of their working lives are attempting to mold the building blocks, the quality of which will determine the future of this planet. Those building blocks are our children, and the people I've been working with are their teachers. And if the future looks to me increasingly like a war, then this most recent generation of teachers are pretty well the only infantry any of us have got. The war I'm referring to being a war between what I see as our failed present and the possibility of an altogether more imaginative future. Thank you. It's not simply that I just want a more imaginative future. It's more the case that, in my judgment, we have no future unless we're prepared to be a great deal more imaginative. Inevitably, what this will come down to is a battle between our worst and our better selves. And finding the prospect of playing to our worst instincts deeply unattractive, I've been only too happy to throw my energy behind improving the quality, the reputation, and the relevance of education. Now, Al Gore, the former Vice President of the United States, brilliantly caught one aspect of this war in his documentary film, An Inconvenient Truth. But what struck me when I first watched that film was that our ultimate success hung to an almost terrifying degree on the emergence of a significantly smarter and more engaged society. A generation of young people with the skills and the attitudes that might steer this global society of ours to a far safer place than at present looks likely. I decided that just as An Inconvenient Truth had been the catalyst for a wider and better informed debate around climate change, what was now needed was a similar debate focusing on the future of education. After about 18 months of effort, the film is now available online at www.wearethepeoplemovie.com. Here is a clip of the opening few minutes to give you a flavour of the film.
If you were some spearheaded guy, I would listen to what you have to say.
My number one priority for the next 4 years is to ensure that all Americans have the best education in the world.
Ask me my 3 main priorities for government, and I tell you, education, education, and education.
State in your opinion, making it ring in my head all day. And you say, my children went to sea, my children's children, they're the ones to blame. And you say, in my day we were better behaved, but it's not your day no more. And we are the youth today. Change your hair in every way, and we are the youth of today. We'll say what we want to say, and we are the youth of today. Don't care what you have to say at all. And maybe if you had a true point of view, I would listen to you. But it's just
The world is facing huge challenges, and they're growing daily in severity, in scale, and in complexity. It's no exaggeration to say that they're not going to go away. Indeed, they will get worse unless we can start to find solutions, and find them soon. If we are going to survive, we desperately need the next generation to be smarter, more adaptable and better prepared than any that have gone before.
The UK has one of the highest rates of teenage drinkers in Europe.
Our only chance is to improve the way we teach our young, to find a way that makes the most of their talents, and a way to help them face the challenges of the modern world.
But it's not your day, no more. We are today.
So the question is, does our current education system work?
We'll say what we want to say, and we are the youth today. Don't care what you have to say at all.
What we have is a system that's shaped by historical forces, but they are now almost totally bankrupt as ideas for education in the 21st century. And I think they're betraying most of our children. Public systems of education paid for from taxation were invented to meet the needs of the industrial economy that was emerging in the 18th and 19th centuries, where we needed a workforce who could do certain sorts of things.
Our ordinary workmen have a tradition of skill behind them.
The high schools of today were essentially designed in the 19th century, and they reached their zenith in the 1950s. In the old days, we say one size fits all. Okay, 30 kids, put them in a classroom, we're going to teach them the same material, you're all expected to get it the same way.
Page 56, boy, page 56.
There's a great emphasis on lining up and bells and, you know, these vast movements from room to room, a bit like movement of vast tribes, really, all at key times, bottlenecks, putting children in age cohorts, regardless of whether that's got any purpose at all.
In the old days, it used to be the teacher is the man or woman, the person up front who knows it all. And here are these young people who are listening to this person who knows it all, and they take it all in, and if it's a good teacher, you know, you all get it and you move on.
There's a tendency to look backwards, always to say, well, there was a golden age of education, and if we just get back to that, you know, everybody will be absolutely fine, all wearing blazers and, you know, boaters and sort of doing reading, writing, arithmetic.
Potty bang, potty bass, potty bat.
Potty bang, potty bass, potty bat, cricket bat.
Schools become steeped in history, in the past, in static knowledge, and fail to capture the here and now. And schools often fail to prepare young people for contemporary society, for the realities of the world in which we are living. And even more significantly, fail to prepare young people for the emerging issues of our time.
How is this helping our children in terms of what they're going to be as adults in 25 years' time, a time we don't really know what it's going to be like? How adaptable are they going to be? How versatile are they going to be? And how confident are they going to be?
Students who are starting school this year are likely to be retiring around 2065. Given that we can't predict with any certainty what the world's going to look like in 10 years or even perhaps 5 years, the very best that we can do is prepare young people for a rapidly changing social, technological, economic environment, that they'll need to be the most flexible, collaborative, resilient, creative generation that really have ever been.
Education is, I really think, the most fundamental challenge facing human beings, you know, that education will be the key to solving all of the other problems that we've got.